We need to understand that we are in a very fragile situation. We have a ceasefire that was It's a pleasure to be here again. It is important that the force that is created has full legitimacy, and the source of legitimacy that exists is still, with all its problems, with all its difficulties, a mandate from the United Nations, and the body of the United Nations that has the power to provide those mandates is the Security Council. Dialogue between the two sides in a moment like this, after what has happened in Al-Fasher, will be extremely difficult to obtain. There are many people involved, and there are many weapons coming from the outside. The body that has the responsibility to prevent war and to protect peace and security is the Security Council. But the Security Council we have today doesn't correspond at all to the world of today. It corresponds to the world of 1945, with the right of veto, and the right of veto by the superpowers that are sometimes directly involved in the conflicts that we are witnessing. The Security Council has shown an enormous lack of capacity to deal effectively to the crisis that we are facing. We need two permanent members of the African continent. It's clear that Latin America and Asia are either not represented or underrepresented. And then there is the question of the exercise of the right of veto. I have no illusions that the right of veto will disappear, but there were two interesting proposals from France and the UK limiting the exercise of the right of veto in situations of extreme violation of all rights. I mean, genocide or massive massacres or other situations of this nature. I doubt that the biggest powers will be ready to give up. And that, to a certain extent, is a paradox. Because as they are involved directly, like Russia in Ukraine, or indirectly, like the US in Israel, Palestine, as they are themselves involved, it gives the right of veto a capacity to have a total distortion in relation to the interpretation of international law.